Previously on Survivor. After a double blindside of Curtis and Carly, this left Colin, Luca, Brian, and Sean on the outs on both Tofana and Low Costa tribes. These were big power plays by Valentina, Julia, and Ava, but which meant people were gunning for them next. After a tough blindfold challenge, it was Brian of the Tofana tribe who landed his ring first, granting his team immunity. With the help of some fans on Tofana, Tofana decided to poison Valentina, meaning that she was safe during the Low Costa Tribal Council. With Valentina safe, everyone began to scramble, especially Luca and Colin, who perceived that they were on the outs. In the end, despite Luca's lack of trust for Ryan, it was Catherine being the fifth person voted off. Who will be the next person voted off? Find out tonight on Survivor.
People do what they said, which is big. It means like people's heads are clearly to the next challenge, and like no one tried anything funny. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Ryan's name a few times. A lot of people told me they wouldn't vote for me, and I don't know if that's good or bad. So, and a lot of people have also recently told me to like try to separate myself out from Colin, and I don't want to do that. I understand why they're saying that. So, people did what they said. I wouldn't be shocked if they kept us in the dark and they like just split me and Colin up this vote so that we're not as strong going into the merge. But I think we did this challenge, we win today. Ride out, maybe max one more. If we had to vote again next week, that puts us all in a tough spot. I don't think any of the five of us would know who to vote for, but at least for right now, everyone seems like they're focused on the challenge, and the vote was just like a formality, and I think we all kind of agreed instantly, and people held to what they agreed to. I could tell Catherine knew as well, and so I wasn't all on the hugging thing. As she was leaving, it just seemed fake. So like it's the game, and so people did what they said, and that's a good sign. It means everyone's on the same page going into the challenge.
Okay, so that went well. My heart was pounding. I knew she would write my name. I was just like praying that there wasn't a second one, because if there was a second one, that was over for me. We worked as a team right there, and I appreciated that a lot. And this is big for me because this could guarantee me a spot in the merge, especially depending on how this challenge goes and if Valentina continues to vote with Luca and I, because I think she might. And no idols had to be played. Catherine didn't have an idol. Like that went all around really well, and I'm really relieved. But we just have to win this challenge, or else it'll be my fourth tribal in a row. So that's that. That's how it is.
So, thank you.
Hi, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? We are officially 33 days into Survivor Syracuse.
6 days left.
Jake, what's happening? What are you talking about? What do you think is gonna happen?
What are you talking about? I'm thinking that the merge is pretty darn soon. I think we're merging either this round or next one.
We'll see. Well, welcome to Tofana. As you can see, Catherine was voted off the last tribal council. Brian couldn't make it here today, so we're doing a 5v5 challenge. So in that case, I'll take back immunity.
Yeah, give it back. Okay, this is way too much.
Goodbye, Brian.
Thank you.
See you soon.
And Valentina, I'll take back poison.
Wait, I made it really
So, Valentina, talk to me a bit about poison. Anyone who has been poisoned can talk about this as well.
Sorry.
What do you think it might be? Is there any inkling what
Okay,
poison poison might mean?
So here's the tea. So either I've heard murmurings, either there's some theories that either like we're all gonna do like a separate challenge. There's only 4 of us, so like why? Or a separate tribal. But I don't know. You tell me.
Jake, what do you think poisons? You've been poisoned before.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing Valentina said. We're all kind of speculating about it. I'd rather not go to a 4-person tribal council because that sounds terrifying. And I think they're about to tell us what poison is.
Well, that is not the case.
Whoa! He tricked us!
Instead, you still have a 5v5 challenge today. Unity is back up for grabs, as well as a chance to poison one of your rivals. That being said, let's get into the challenge. Okay. So, we are here at Carnegie Library at Syracuse University, a place where people go to study, people go to focus, people go to listen about the things that they learn in class, stuff like that. As we all know, today is a non-active challenge, so we will be testing your guys' listening skills from the past challenges.
My memory is really good.
Alright? So, the way this challenge goes is, for instance, Julia would go first against Brian. The first questions will be about challenge 1, and then someone has to come up for challenge 2. Julia will stay on the answering portion. She'll just have 2 players for that tribe, 2 players for that tribe. Challenge 3, 3-3, challenge 4, 4-4, challenge 5, 5-5. There's 30 questions in total, so 6 questions per challenge. Whoever has the most points after the 5 rounds, the 5 challenges, wins. If it's tied, we have some tiebreaker questions. Alright? The team with the least points will go to tribal council and vote someone off, and they will be the 7th person voted out for Syrvivor Syracuse and first. Alright? I'll give you guys some time to strategize. Who will be first, second, third round? And we'll get going.
Okay, well, actually, I'll do 3.
3, 1, 2. Do you want to do 3?
We can help each other.
Right, yeah, so like one by the time it gets. So which one am I? Like,
What was 4? Doing 5.
And that
Ryan's doing 4. What was 4? Ryan's doing feud. I got 2. 4 was.
Wait, can we go?
Oh, okay. So 1, 2. First person is cross on their team.
Wholesome. Are Tostitos the chips or is Totino's?
Totino's is
Pizza rolls. Gotcha.
I've never had protein.
Tofana, you guys are ready? Yeah. Alright. Who's going to be the first for Tofana? Jake, first for La Costa. Logan, you guys have the boards. Everyone else, go sit over there. Then I'll call you guys over for round 2, round 3, and so on.
Yeah, we're going to have no idea what's going on.
You are not the
Have the pussy power.
I know the answer. They can't really hear it, so we're good. Alright. Question number 1. This is challenge number 1 we're talking about. Okay. What color was the water bucket? That's the bucket that you filled the sponge with. What color was that bucket in the first challenge? Alright, guys have answers? Yeah? That is both incorrect.
I'll do
Bucket
it.
was orange. 0-0 still. Challenge 1 still.
Great start.
How many face paint kits did I give to each team? You guys have answers? Yep. I reveal. Logan is correct. That's 1 point for La Costa, 0 points for Tofana. Question number 3. Who was the first person in the cast to receive a buff? Some answers? Reveal? Ryan Curley, that is both incorrect. It was actually Sean. Alright, so 1-0.
just like I gotta take a shot.
Number 4. What color shirt was I wearing the first challenge?
What kind of question is that?
Was it? You guys chose this one. Was it this shirt? Or this one? Orange, blue. Jake, you're correct. It was blue. That's 1-1 tie again.
I had orange, I changed it.
2 more questions.
I
for
remember it.
Challenge 1. Number 5. How many people participated in challenge 1?
Total.
Like total?
Total. Full total. That's your answers. Yeah. 16 is correct. Luca was not there for the first challenge. It's 2-2 tie. Last question for challenge 1. What two colors were the sponges that were thrown in challenge 1? Yellow and blue, that is incorrect.
It's on the same page.
I knew that.
So it's
What were
2-2
they?
tie.
What color?
Yellow and green.
Oh, green.
I knew it was yellow.
Challenge 2, people.
I think green's
Come on up. Hey, more feeling. This is all questions pertaining to challenge 2. Challenge 2. How many dodgeballs did I carry in my bag for challenge 2? Alright, Viv? The answer was 6.
Oh.
3 ties. Alright, we're looking for one answer here. Name one color of the dodgeballs. Just one. Reveal your answers. Purple, yellow. Those were colors. That's correct. 4-4. Alright. Number 9. What two colors, looking for 2 colors here, no half points, were the folders given in challenge 2? Those are your answers? Yep. Alright, reveal. The colors were red and blue, so no one gets it.
Tell one of them.
Number 10.
Did you get half points?
No, he said.
Still 4-4 tie. Number 10. What color was the court you played on? The interior
Yeah,
part.
that's
We're talking about the interior. The interior part that we actually played.
I think.
I can't think too hard.
Those are your answers? Alright, reveal. Green is correct. 5 tie.
We're on the same wavelength.
2 more questions for challenge 2.
Good memories.
What color shirt was I wearing for challenge 2? Reveal. It was orange. That's a
Maybe
6-6.
a tribal would be the same.
Number 12. Who was poisoned in the second challenge? What caster? Reveal. Ryan is correct. 7-7 tie. Challenge 3.
No.
Logan and I keep getting the same ones wrong in like the same way. They're hard.
That's why I'm thinking we were very Jake.
Alright. This one is pertaining to challenge 3, which was Survivor
Toilet flush thing.
Feud. For Survivor Feud, what was the first question about? What topic?
Just write the
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oscar. Reveal. Cheese is correct. 8-8 tie. For the third challenge, what color shirt was I wearing? Blue or orange? Blue is correct. 9-9 tie.
You guys are going wrong.
After you do.
How many rounds of Survivor Feud did we play until someone won? Reveal. 4-4 is correct.
Come on.
10 tie.
Go orange. 24.
16. How many successful steals were there in this challenge? Successful steals. Guys have your answers? Alright, reveal. 1 is correct.
Nice.
Thank God.
Tough question. 17. For the coin flip to decide who would go first, was it heads or tails?
We write too much.
No, it just says what.
Alright, reveal your answers. Heads? Heads? That's correct.
I remember saying
That's
tails
11.
everything. That was wrong.
Last question for challenge 3. Who was poisoned at the end of this challenge? Reveal. Correct. What 2 colors were the rocks the tribes were? answers? Red and clear counts? Eh,
It's like white.
yeah, that, I would count that too. That's 12-12. How do you spell the blue tribe's name? Reveal? They were both correct. What is the name for the orange tribe? Spelling counts. Reveal your answers. For La Costa, those are both correct. What color shirt was I wearing for the fourth challenge? Orange.
I paid attention to it and I would forget.
Alright, reveal your answers. Orange. Correct answer is blue. Both guys.
You know what?
What color shoes was I wearing during this challenge? Alright, reveal your answers. Pink, white. White is correct. Pink.
What color are those?
These weren't the shoes.
Oh.
And last question for challenge 4. Who was poisoned in the fourth challenge? Reveal?
Wait,
Yes.
Wait a second. Alright, reveal your answers. Logan was correct.
Ring is coming in.
Yeah, that would have been.
I know.
Alright, we're in the last round. 16 La Costa, 15 Tofana.
I'm gonna actually.
Tofana, you're hoping that they get one wrong. La Costa, if you stay perfect, you guys win this challenge and don't have to go to tribal council.
Oh my god.
Alright, we have 6 questions left. Number 1. Which player had a bloody nose during this challenge?
If anyone gets this wrong.
Ava's correct. Number 2. How many golf balls were needed to get into the bucket? Feel your answers? 6 is correct. What color was the bucket that the golf balls needed to get into?
Yeah.
Good answer.
Reveal? Black is correct. Still in the lead by 1.
You have to blur me more. Whatever. What's it called? Beep.
I think you can say damn. on
What
something.
color were the spokes that you had to throw the ring up? Reveal the answer? Yes. Yellow is correct. 2 more questions. 2 more questions. Who was poisoned during this challenge?
I lost the count. It's spelling count.
Wait,
Yeah, that's. You know who it is.
I'll know who it is. Reveal?
Valentina.
That's an
Valentina.
What did you put?
I like messed up.
We're at the last question. Costa, you're up by 1. You guys have to get this right. They have to get it wrong. If they get it right, they automatically win. You guys will be going to tribal council. It is about the shirts. What color shirt was I wearing in the last challenge? Orange or blue?
This is gonna be good.
This is like repressed. I don't.
I try not to look at back during these
You guys have your answers? For the win. Reveal? Orange is both said. Orange is right. Let's go! Costa wins the challenge.
Good job. Out on his freaking shoes.
Alright, guys, you guys sit down.
There's nothing we can do.
Oh, sorry.
Costa, good win. Close win by 1. You guys are immune. Will not be going to tribal council next week. You also have the opportunity to poison one of your rivals. You cannot poison. Or Brian.
Yes. Same thing.
There. Julia's more. I think Julia wants to target Sean and Brian though because they were. Yes. She. I think I've heard talks that Sean is some good challenge force entry. Either one of them is or Brian, and I don't know her relationship with Brian. But Julia doesn't like. So either way though, I think she's going to all the fans to vote one of them. So do we want Sean to stay around?
Might guarantee you safety. I mean, will guarantee you safety for the immunity council. I mean, tribal council. Tribal council, but it will get back to you at some point. So Ryan, without further ado, who do you want to poison from Team Total?
We are poisoning Sean.
Sean, you are poisoned. Sean will be immune from the next tribal council. Might get back. All right, guys. Winning this challenge, you also will receive a clue to the new immunity idol, the one that Sean and Catherine had clues to, and the one that they had clues to before. You guys will be getting the third clue as well as the second and first. Tribal council for you guys next week. I'll see you there. Time will be released soon. Thank you guys. That's all I have for you.
Okay, this win for this week was absolutely essential. We have been to tribal council now multiple weeks in a row. Wasn't here last week. It's been a frenzy during the week of just trying to get everyone to get together, everyone voting on the same page. So we needed this win, and luckily we did. However, we know that Julia is the ringleader of their team right now, and while she seemed like the obvious person to poison, we didn't want to save her because we knew she'd be safe anyway. We think Sean is still upset and does not trust the rest of the team after what happened with everyone voting Carly out, and we know that if the merge happens next week, we're pretty confident that Sean will vote with our team and we will then have the majority, and that was kind of our reasoning behind the poison. However, we do know that it comes back to bite you, so we had to take that chance.
I am so bleeped, honestly. I can't believe this is happening. I don't know what's gonna happen because I went to Chipotle yesterday with Brian and Sean, and they were both like, who are you gonna get out? Because obviously it can't be us because you will be screwed if you get either of us out. And I'm also not gonna get out anyone from my alliance. So I'm kind of like, hope someone votes me out before I have to make a decision. So yeah, this is gonna be an interesting week, but I'm honestly, okay. Well, when I was sitting there and I realized Sean was gonna get poisoned, the whole time I thought it was gonna be Sean because I thought the first were gonna protect Sean. But then when I realized that it definitely has repercussions, I'm surprised that they didn't poison me, but we'll see. I'm not complaining as of right now. I don't know what it is, but it sounds bad. So good luck, Sean.
And the safety through the vote, but another week, this is always a good thing, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully this doesn't come back to haunt me too bad, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
This is kind of a late vlog, but I'm pretty stoked about this week because we were able to actually win the challenge, which is really good. So I've been really relaxed this week about Survivor. Valentina and I went to 3 straight tribals before winning this challenge, which is the most out of, if I'm not mistaken, literally everyone in the challenge. And the fact that we both came out of it unscathed is fantastic, and it says a lot about how we're able to play this game. And I think it may pave the way for future alliance with her, hopefully, but it's hard to trust anyone in this game with the exception of Luca. He's the only person I can really wholeheartedly trust right now, but it'd be great to have Valentina on our side too. But I'm really happy about this week and excited for the challenge tomorrow. I'm very interested to see who gets voted out on the other tribe.
Haven't been saying the nicest things about Ava this week to others.
Yes.
For good reason, Ava.
Yes.
Because
So wait, do you want to start or
really?
do you want me to start?
You can, you know what, first I'll say it. It's not cool what you did to Carly.
Mm-hmm.
And you were the only one of the firsts that backstabbed her.
Yes.
And to go with
that is
like
true.
Julia and Jake, and they were way weaker players.
Weaker players? Okay, maybe. Yes, Carly is a
There's clearly weaker
very strong player. That is very true. At a point where I need to stop fixating on like apologizing and thinking about if I made a bad move or if everyone hates me or if Carly hates me, because that's the move that I made in the moment that I thought would be the best for my game.
Also,
maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong,
yeah.
Maybe I totally misread the situation, but I just know that I was panicked that she wanted me out. Maybe that's because other people told me stuff like that. Maybe it was my own thought process since the beginning of the game, but that's what I did, and I need to stop being emotional about it. And trust me, like you're saying, like, oh, she wasn't emotional, she was manipulative the whole time. No, it's the opposite. My emotions is what got me where I am now, and now I need to stop being emotional.
Okay, hey guys, I'm doing a pre-class vlog. Just wanted to recap. So Julia thinks she's like in some hot water or whatever on her tribe, which rightly so, she is. But her solution is to convince everyone that she's an idol. She doesn't. But I basically put in my Lacosta tribe that she does, and I saw it. I don't know if that's gonna bite me in the butt. It absolutely could. It might be like my dumbest mistake ever, but I want her in this game, mostly just because she's a much bigger target than I am, and I want to keep her in because I know she's a vote plus the target thing. So I'm really trying to get her to stay in either Brian or I guess just Brian, but also I'm down for Jake to go out too, but that's not up to me. That's up to, I don't even know what they're called, Topingo, that's what we call it, but yeah, so not sponsored, but yeah, I really hope my tribe trusts me, but I have a feeling they don't, but that's okay. Nothing to bounce, that I can't bounce back from.
I haven't heard my name. This is the first time ever actually where I don't think my name's come up at all, but it definitely can, and if word starts spreading and people start getting nervous, they can throw my name out. From what I understand, the names out there right now are Julia, Paul, and Brian, and I'm considering taking the shot at Julia, but I do think it's too early, and I know I keep saying that. I'm just, if the opportunity doesn't come again, I'm going to kick myself. But I just think making a big move at the final 11, like there's still just too many people. At final 9 is a whole different story. At the merge, things open way up. The final 11, there's just so much game to play, right? And if I stand up as this big game player and make this big move, and I'm seen as a flipper, kind of like Ava is right now, I'm in trouble. I know that Valentina and Paul both realize Julia's a threat and Julia needs to go soon. So I need to keep her around so they take that shot, and then once they take that shot at Ava, at Julia rather, I turn around and take a shot right back at them. That's my game plan.
Hello, so I'm in my room. This is Survivor Wednesday. So, plan this week. We've been stressed, obviously, because Sean has safety and obviously the only option for the four of us to vote out. For me, Jake, Ava, and Julia to vote out would be Brian. But we are worried about the idol because Brian might have it, Sean might have it. We're really thinking Sean has it. So my thing going into this week was just to make both of them feel as safe as possible. And the way we've kind of done that has been to make them think that we're flipping on each other. So we're leaning with the alibi that Jake and I want to flip on Julia because why wouldn't we? Okay. And Julia and Ava are trying to flip on me. I feel like they have less of a reason to do that, but they're trying to do that according to, that's what Brian is being told.
Right then, so it's Ava and Julia.
Right then, this is us right now. We're doing a little vlog.
We're doing a quick vlog because yesterday we had the challenge yesterday.
Yeah, and we lost. That's just straight rubbish right there.
It was rubbish.
We lost on Luke's coloured shoes. The fact that they were white instead of pink.
I've never seen him own a pair of white trainers in my life. But
never seen that before.
He said he was wearing trainers that were white, and I think it was a lie.
I think that was a big fat lie. I think they were actually pink because he always wears those. He always wears those sneakers, those weird little slides there. Yeah,
right then.
Yeah, right then.
So, right. I think so. What we're talking about is Paul just texted us. Paul just texted us.
I was like, oh, we're doing so well.
Paul texted us and he was like, oh, like we should try to get Brian because he for some reason thinks Brian has an idol to use his idol on us. Which Brian hates all of us. There's no way in the heck that he uses an idol on us.
Like Brian likes me right now, but he's about to not like me again.
No. Brian thinks I'm a snake.
Oh, Brian thinks I'm a snake, but now he's forgiven me because he thinks that I think voting Carly out was a big mistake, and that, well, he told Jake that he can get me to vote any way that he wants this week because I feel bad.
You should use it to our advantage. You have to make him think that you're gonna vote Paul because he wants to get Paul out. And then we make him comfortable. And we
We don't have any other option but to get out Brian. So, Brian, homie. Oh, kitty.
Bye-bye, Brian.
So just a little bit of an update on this week. Things look okay right now. I don't think my name is out there at all for the first time ever in this game that I haven't been immune. It's the first time I don't think my name's coming up, which is a good thing. Obviously, I don't want to hear my name, but at the same time, I don't want to get too cocky and I don't want to get too confident. I don't think my name's out there right now, but if my name comes up on the parchment, I will be quite humbled. So I need to, expect that that's coming. However, I do think things are going to go well today. I met with Brian this week. And my talk with him was going very well. He was saying that, hey, we need to do Julia. I'm telling Julia and Ava that we are doing Paul. And I was like, perfect, everything's great. Paul is with us. And right at the end of our conversation, he looks up, and you'll see in the vlog I uploaded, but at the end of the conversation, he looks up and he goes, why are you in a group chat with Ava Travella? What's that?
In a group chat.
And that was the one from last week.
What did it say? Let's read it.
The message he saw was, Jake, Brian just texted me asking if I talk to you. What do I say?
Hey guys, so I'm here in the Food.com booth with Casey before Brian is set to show up. He invited me here and then wasn't here. Are you allowed to be in it?
I don't know.
Okay, whatever. So, this week has been messy with trying to keep up with flipping on Brian. Well, keeping the four of us, me, Ava, Jake, and Julia together, and then voting out Brian. And now we're fully voting him out, and as we have been, but it's been a matter of us keeping our stories straight.
Oh, yeah, and then...
Well, I think Jake is with me.
No, Jake's... Okay, so... I'm kind of nervous when I was, Jake today because we were screen recording on his phone, and then, a message from Ava, in the group chat came up right after I texted her. So, I was like, so... if you guys are trying to blame me, whatever, but, I was just, really nervous about that.
Oh, no. You're...
But just,
you're good. I don't know. Have you been talking to Ava?
She wants to FaceTime, today, or, tomorrow, but I think she really thinks that we're getting you out, but we're not.
Okay, well, if you want to convince her of that, just in case, Julia has the idol.
We are getting you out.
Well, if you want to tell her it's me, I guess that's okay. But as long as she's she thinks she's cool, but I don't fuck with that. So, I could vote her out too, but I think Julia is more the head of the snake. There.
No, Julia is the head of the snake, and Ava's just whatever Julia's doing, I'm gonna do.
Hello everyone, it is 4:08. I'm getting ready to go to Tribal. I have my jacket on, so I have to vlog really fast because I have 20 minutes to get there. But I just wanted to say quickly my expectations about this Tribal. I am a little bit nervous because we've tangled ourselves in this giant web of lies. And Brian is the spider who is either going to eat us or die in the web, entangled in his own lies. But basically everyone's going into this Tribal, and everyone believes that everyone else is voting for a different person. So basically, Sean and Brian think that Julia and I are voting for Paul. They think that Paul and Jake are voting for Julia. They think that we think that they're voting for Paul when they're really voting for Julia and me if they split the votes. But in reality, me, Jake, Paul, and Julia are all voting for Brian. So it reminds me of that Friends episode where they say they don't know that we know that they know. Brian doesn't know that we know that they want to get Julia out. So therefore, we're going to come for Brian. It's a whole big thing, and there are definitely going to be consequences because we're basically exposing our alliance, so we have to do as much damage control afterwards as possible. But as I've said before, I have obviously not handled the past tribals very well because of my emotions and me getting attached to people playing the game and not wanting to hurt anyone's feelings. But I'm really entering this tribal so nonchalantly, in the sense that, yeah, I feel bad that I'm going to eliminate Ryan because he's my friend, but also it's becoming a reality that, yes, I've done snaky things, but everyone else is doing snaky things too. And if you're not doing snaky things, then you're eliminated, or you're going to be eliminated.
So here's what's going on. Hold on, he was texting me. What is she doing him? Could just be... it's something about the Wi-Fi password. Okay. So anyway, here's the tea. So Brian has been talking to everyone today, and he threw Paul's name to me, my name to everyone else. And Ava basically turned him to vote for me, so I'm a little miffed about that one because she apparently thought it'd be a good idea. I don't really know why that turned out to be a good idea, but whatever. Anyway, I texted Brian and I basically told him I had the idol and I would play it for him if he wanted to vote out whoever he wanted to vote out. So he told me Paul. So I said, okay, we can do that, because I wanted him to think that obviously I have the idol. Then all of a sudden Valentina's like, oh, Lacosta posted something in their group me, and I was like, well, what did they say? And it's like, Ryan's like, blah, 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 da, da, da.
I'll read it. Also, Sean said that, because she was wondering if he was wondering if Sean had the idol, and she was like, yeah. Sean said that Julia told someone on her team that she has an idol, but he thinks she's lying. And then obviously I'm with her right now.
So then I said, Valentina, you have to help me keep up my huge fat lie. So I said, so Valentina says, guys, in all caps. I dead ass was just studying with Julia for our test tomorrow, and she high-key pulls out a effing idol. Granted, not sure if it's real or not. Why the fuck would you say that?
Because I don't know!
Well, why would I spend my time making a fake idol? Wink. I would just... Okay, because here's my mindset. I do think I'm going out this week. There's not a ton I can do to fix it if they're going to pull out an idol and change the whole game on me. I'm strong with my alliance, and I'm pretty confident that they're going to vote for Brian. But if Brian pulls out an idol, or Sean pulls out an idol and plays it on Brian, then I am perfectly screwed.
So we'll see what happens, but I'm excited. It's getting interesting. It's getting down to it, really. We're obviously losing people every week, so it's good to be this far. It feels good to have lasted and really be in the game. And I'm learning, even though I never watched Survivor before this. I'm really learning how to strategize and how to play the game. So I'm feeling good. I'm in a good spot, I think. But we'll see what happens. It's Survivor, so you never know. I'm also kind of concerned because I think most people think I have an idol now, which obviously I do, because Catherine and I were the two people that got the clue for this idol originally, and she obviously got eliminated last week, which means she didn't play it. So all signs point to me having it, obviously. I was talking to Jake the other day at Starbucks, and I think I kind of played it off. When he told me where he thought it was, I acted dumbfounded, even though I knew where it was as soon as I got the clue. So I think he might not think I have it. So I'm trying to keep it on the down low. But we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully I can stick around this week. I feel like the merger's coming soon, and I am really interested to see what happens with all the people that were poisoned. Because obviously I'm one of them now. And so I'm in kind of an interesting position for sure. So it's kind of just a waiting game at this point. I'm in it to win it. It's a tough game. I've started to become friends with the people that I'm playing with, so it makes this all the harder. I really like Julia. But at this point I gotta do what I gotta do to win. And I think she's the right way to go about it. So we'll see what happens this week.
Welcome. We are officially 40 days into Survivor.
but someone will be the 7th person voted off.
Usually when they
This is biblical.
Yeah, this is usually when they leave, but not at Survivor Syracuse.
It's their week.
We're going a total of 88 days, so you're almost at the halfway point. We're almost there. We're almost there. So let's go straight into it. Sean, you're poisoned, so you're technically safe this week. Walk me through last challenge. What went wrong?
I don't know. I don't think anything really went wrong. It was just kind of bad luck. I mean, we only were a point shy of the other team, so I just think it kind of was how the dice fell. But I don't think anything went particularly wrong. I don't think there's anyone to blame or anything like that.
Fair enough. Julia, your opinion on the challenge?
I think it's your fault. And you own white shoes. You're not even wearing white shoes today.
To be clear, I'm not wearing them.
I'm never.
I'll wear them eventually. Jake, I have to bring it up. You were the first round. Does that give a target on you? Because you could have got points earlier in the round.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely could have. I hope people don't hold that against me. Obviously, Logan and I had the same number of points, so it's not that I completely botched the first round. Those questions were just really hard, and I wish I got more points, but I don't feel like anyone overly blames me for the challenge. We win and lose as a team, and I don't feel like it was my individual efforts that lost us the challenge.
Fair enough. So, Paul, let's take it back to 2 weeks ago. Double tribal. Carly was voted off of first, while the first had the numbers with Ava. What was your view on that vote?
Well, that vote was really just a matter of, I think, the way the numbers worked out, and I think Carly was, I don't want to say everyone was afraid of her, but she was definitely on everyone's radar for kind of having control of the first. So that wasn't really a surprise, and this week it's kind of harder to tell because there's no clear target like that, but I mean, there's some targets, you know?
Fair enough. Brian, you made a face when Paul was talking about how Carly was a threat. Do you agree with what he said, that Carly was a threat in your eyes?
I mean, to me.
Yeah, to me personally, Carly was not a threat, but that's just because of her relationship outside of this game.
Fair enough. Sean, you were part of the first last 2 weeks ago at Double Tribal. You thought you had the numbers going into it. You obviously, after the tribal, were shocked. Talk about it now. Are you scared for your other first, Ryan?
I mean, yeah, naturally, because like he said, there's motive for people to vote him off. So, yeah, he's definitely the person I'm probably most worried about in terms of my personal safety, I guess. But I don't know. It's always last week I thought I knew it was gonna happen, and obviously, or 2 weeks ago, I guess I thought I knew it was gonna happen, and I obviously didn't. So. I really don't know what to expect, so it's hard to be too worried when I don't really know where it's going to go.
Fair enough. Ryan, do you trust the people around you other than Sean?
I hope so. I hope I can trust them, you know? And I have felt very, very scared this week, and I think that, you know, I just hope that people will keep their word and know the value of their word and know that decides who they are as a person in my eyes. So
fair enough. Ava, you were original first. Do you still trust the first, being that you are in a group mixed in with fans?
Well, I feel like I went into this game initially very naive. I kind of had to grow a thicker skin, and I've definitely been very verbal and apologetic about what happened Carly-wise. And I mean, I've kind of learned throughout this game that it is a game about lying. And so I've kind of set up a wall and that I can't let myself trust what everyone tells me. But I hope I can trust everyone here because they're all great people. So.
Julia, what's your view on idols? None have been played yet. An idol with, 6 people left here? 5, not including Sean, can easily switch up the game. But what's your view on it?
I think idols can make tribal very interesting. Yeah.
That's just
I did not like that. I did not like
Ryan,
that.
what's your view on that? Do you think this tribal could be interesting?
You know, I think that everyone has tried and gone and looked, and I think that someone definitely has it, and if that person's here, then, and if they want to play it for themselves or for others, then that's up to them, and, if it happens, it happens, and life moves on, and whoever gets sorted out because of it, just know that was part of the game.
Hold on. Not Paula. Same question. Idols.
Repeat the question. I went.
How do you view idols? None have been played yet. How do you view it?
Obviously, they're at the forefront of all of our minds. Like, I think they're guiding a lot of people's decisions every week with every tribal. Rumors spread, but there's no way to know how true rumors are, even from like straight from the source, unless maybe it is straight from the source. See it? I don't know. But I think it's important to plan for them and then always have a backup plan.
It is time to vote. Sean, we'll start with you.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's recording. Don't fuck with my friends.
Had to happen. Okay, you know I love you so much. You are one of the funniest people I've ever met on this campus. So I hope what you said during tribal wasn't true when you said you believe that if someone is a little snaky and lie, that determines how you view their character, because you're about to do the same thing to me if you actually turn and vote on Julia. I love you, dude. This isn't personal, but it takes a snake to know a snake.
Alright guys, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted off will grab the torch and leave tribal council meeting. Alright. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and wants to play it, now will be the time to do so.
That was so fun.
Without further ado, I'll read the votes.
Oh, that was such a victory.
First vote.
I got so scared.
Ryan. Second vote. Brian. That's 2 votes, Brian. 0 votes, no. Third vote. Julia. Fourth vote, Brian. That's 3 votes, Brian. 1 vote, Julia. 2 votes left. Fifth vote, Julia. That's 3 votes, Brian. 2 votes, Julia. 1 vote left. Seventh person voted out. Survivor fans versus first. And the first member of our jury, Ryan.
Yay!
Can you grab your torch?
Yes! I never love you, Brian. I never did. Sorry, buddy. He's on the jury! Bye, sisters! It's been real! It's not.
Ryan, you will have a decision to who wins this game.
How does this work?
Ryan, the tribe has spoken. Ryan, the tribe has spoken. Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
To recap the season's twist, poison players were able to save themselves from 1 vote, but with the stipulation of it coming back to you. With the next special episode, it will come back to them in the form of a poison challenge, where the 4 remaining poison players who were poisoned this season, being Logan, Sean, Jake, and Valentina, will compete in a Big Brother challenge to see if they deserve a spot in the merge. But there is a twist, as it isn't just them who are susceptible to be voted out. Who will be voted out next? How will Jake's poison idol be used? Find out next time on Survivor Syracuse.
It was a fun game. I kind of knew what was happening. They're all really fake. Like, I knew that. And, like, I knew there was something I could do. And I knew they were talking in their group chat. But, like, it's whatever. Like, life happens. And also, like, just know that people are gonna kick them in their ass when later on in the game.